Assalamualaikum and a very good morning everyone. My name is Engku Nurfatia binti Engku Ismail and my matrix number is A20B1322. So today we're gonna have a forum with exciting title which is The Challenge in Work and Workforce. So now I'm gonna introduce you all the panels.
Hi everyone, my name is Nur Hafizatun Nisha binti Rohadi and my matric number A20B1603.
Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. My name is Amira binti Asmadi. My matric number is A20B1263.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Mukhlisa binti Ahmad Zamri and my matric number A20A1591.
Hello guys, my name Nuraina Izatusna binti Zakaria, matric number A20A1664.
Thank you to all the panels. So now I'm gonna ask you, what is the difference between workforce and labor force? Workforce is actually defined as a persons who are actually working in the organizations and business. The difference between workforce and labor force is the unemployment. This is because labor force is the number of persons who are willing to work and want to work, but for the workforce, is the number of persons who are actually working in the organizations. So the difference between workforce and labor force is the unemployment. Now I will give you an example. Ali is a graduated student who finished his studying at University Malaysia Kelantan in September 2021, and then he already searched for the job vacancies in all websites and searching at the walk-in at the company itself, but after 2 months he doesn't get any work, any job from any companies. So now Ali is a labor force but unemployment. But this is difference between Abu, who also graduated, same goes to Ali, the same months with Ali, but Abu getting a job after he finished studying from a big company. So now Abu is a workforce because he already working at the company. Okay, so now Ms. Hafizatun Nisha, can you explain more details about the changing in the competencies of the nowadays workplace?
Thank you, Miss Engku Nurfatia. You look so gorgeous today. Same goes to our panel also. Alright, Assalamualaikum and very good morning I bid to all of you. Before I go detail with the question, Fatia, firstly, I like to say thank you for inviting me and I can sit with all the gorgeous panels today. So, we go to the question. What is the changing competencies? Do you know that? So, what is changing competencies? Changing competencies is a building change competencies in an organization is not like installing a new computer system or implementing a new policy. So this must have a different, alright? So the changes competency requires a new attitude and approach. So as a workers, we have a new attitude and new approach. So individual is in change to competence organization define their job in relation to change. They value the ability to change as one of their primary responsibility. They must understand that change will occur, accept it, and effortlessly perform during and after the change. Alright, change competency is the present of the business culture that accept a change and react with the understanding, perspective, tools, and the technique to make a change seamless and effortless. It is making a change a part of the business as usual. Is that same like change management? Change competency, it is similar to the change management, but there are several skills of the different. First, change management is use of the specific activity like communication, coaching, sponsorship, and the training to manage the people sides of the change in order to realize the successfully outcome of the business change mean. While change competency is not a specific activity, it is an organization's ability to react to and manage change over and over again. Change competency is the organization wide acceptability to apply change management practice successfully and routinely. Alright, the second one, while change management can be tough and learned, change competency requires a fundamental shift in a culture and a value. It must become a part of day-to-day operation and cannot be simply demonstrated in the training or instruction materials. And the last one, change competency must penetrate every phase and the level of the organization. This situation especially related to the frontliner employees. An organization may have expertise in a change management, it is sponsor, consultants, and change management practitioner. However, the frontliner employees are the one whose day-to-day activity are changing. In changing management, these employees are the target of the much of the activity. In change competent organization, these employees are the key player. To building a change competency, they must have give the perspective, tools and the techniques to rapidly and successful change. Alright, now we go to the knowledge worker. Now we look at the size employer, what we want from the employees. So they have several that we can look at the knowledgement worker, such as competency. Competency is constant of the technique and the soft skill or the relationship building skills and workplace. Alright, the first technical skills are referring to the specific skills such as legal, marketing, accounting, engineering, and the manufacturing and legal work skills. Before this, the employee only can do one job at one time only. But in this situation, is changing the employees must have to do a multiple job in one time. Before this, if you can see, the company will have the position for the tea lady to serve the tea. But now, they don't need the tea lady anymore. Why this happening? This is because of the changing in the workplace or the culture, alright? So, if the person have these advantages, then it will be improve the quality in the production a product. For example, as we look today, in Malaysia today, we can look the private sector already use this situation. They tell the employees to do a multiple job. For example, from the marketing department can do also the admin department. Alright, next one. The second is a soft skill is an ability to inspire and motivate a colleague to higher performance, ability to work as a team, ability to consult or determine while gaining the respect of the parties concerned. Okay, this is very important. The most important if we as an employee, for example, you want to go to work, so we must look at your soft skill. So we can look many fresh graduate now they have a good in academic, but they have less in a soft skill. Soft skills are very important when entering the world of the work. Alright, so the last one is workplace competency are needed to achieve the objective of the organization. We know one company have their own KPI, own vision and mission. In early stage of the envisaged economy, employee skill in information technology with demands of the cream of the crop, who will transform the economy dramatically.
Nisha, for the very good explanation. I have heard about the schedule flexibility that happened recently. Can you please explain more details about the schedule flexibility that happened? And can you please give the solution for this issue?
Alright, one of the current issue in Malaysia today we can look is a schedule inflexibility. Alright, no matter the size of your staff, you need to know that your employees are committed to putting in the hours and going their job to the best of their ability. While you may need your employees to cover a specific shift or do a task at the certain times, it's important to consider whether you need to be so strict with the scheduling requirements. Forcing your staff to work from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. with no leeway can inspire a high stress level, especially when the employees will do a better work with more flexibility. To add more flexibility to your employees' work days, consider letting your staff set their own schedules or even works remotely. Although you are still need your staff to work at a certain number of hours each day or complete a specific projects by the deadline. You can easily give them the flexibility they need to excel at their jobs. Alright, I think that's all for me. Now I will pass to moderator.
Thank you, Miss Hafiza Tanisha, for the good explanation. So now I'm gonna ask Miss Amira for the next question, which is how the demographic can influence the new trend in work and workforce.
Okay, thank you, Miss Fatia, for asking me this question. So, how the demographic can influence the new trend in work and workforce in Malaysia? First, we need to understand what is demography. Demography is the study of a population in all forms of differences among individuals, including culture, gender, age, abilities, religion, personality, social status, and sexual orientation. Demographic data refers to socio-economic information expressed statically, include employment, education, income, marriage rate, birth and death rate, and so on. Governments, corporations, and non-government organizations use demographic to learn more about population characteristic for many purposes, including policy development and economics. So, when demographic forces are changing the employment landscape in the next 5 to 10 years, the workforce will look very different as people live longer and the employee life cycle, the global aging population, and the new generation of young professionals entering the market workforce participation in and the content of work will change. While new ways of organizing will be increasingly important to succeed in the future, it will also be important to consider the deep demographics change occurring in the workplace. Indeed, employer and employee are already facing the challenges of transforming their structure and way of organizing to incorporate with the new generations. It means the concept of work will change where both individual and organization will need to move beyond the traditional three stage where it's education to work and work to retirement to something more fluid and less predictable. And competing force will be at a place such as individualism versus collectivism or corporate interrogation versus business fragmentation and others. These overlapping generations have great implications not only for the way work is performed but also for the way companies need to think about their future talent management strategy and human resource practice required to support their human capital. Discrepancy and diversity have replaced the homogeneous workforce that used diffused before. This will lead to workforce participation changes, where the generation working today's baby boomers, Generation X, and Generation Y are also known as millennials. Baby boomers refer to the post-war generation born between 1964 and 1946 and 1964, while Generation X refer to individual born between 1965 and 1980s, and Generation Y refer to the person born between 1981 and 1997. The population of Malaysia is slightly above 30 million people. So by the 2020 millennial and or Gen Y will form more than 50% of the workforce because of they are loyalists to organization and value learning and development at time more than financial reward, which is what the HR would want. So it shows that resourcing will change and innovation will be the rewards because the benefit of diversity are well appreciated and documented. Therefore, in order to create creativity is by encourage the different perspective brought by the various background, physical characteristic, life experience and personality. Moreover, the growth in the independent workers and the rise of the gigs economy means employer will no longer have loyalty of and exclusivity over their top performance. Therefore, the uneven distribution of talent globally started to skyrocket by the year 2020 for more than 50% of graduation will be living in emerging markets.
Thank you very much, Miss Amira, for the very good explanations. So now I wanted to ask about the current issue that related to the demographic. Can you give some examples and maybe solutions for the issues?
So issues that related to the demographic in work and workforce in Malaysia are the concept of the work and workforce participation change according to the circulation of times, where it is difficult to predict how the world will look in 5 years due to many complex and competing forces at the play. Therefore, it is important for employer to plan for different scenario to guide their employee. And employer also need to create multi-future for their organizations and managing a multi-generational workforce. And by doing that, it will demand a strong leadership because each generation brings different thoughts and attitude in their workforce.
Thank you, Miss Amira, for the great explanation. That was so true. Every leader need to have a forecast planning so that the company will not left behind. This is because every generation have different thought, idea and trend. So for the sake of the company, a leader need to have a better strategies in the future. Okay, so now I will pass the question to the panel number 3, which is Miss Nick Muklisa. Miss Nick Muklisa, can you explain more details about how the human capital and competencies can influence the high performance in the company?
Thank you, moderator. Based on what the moderator said for a while, human capital is about knowledge, education, training, skill, expertise of organization workforce. The employer thinks seriously and efficient for high performance. They need someone that's skilled in all technical requirements in the field of employment. By having the right people, we reduce the need of excessive monetary hierarchy, rules and regulation, and internalization of norms and objectives. So employers think how to develop human capital. It is not enough to hire top-level talents and experts that skill of employee remain current. Whether employee used to use great form training online, train employees who are capable of delivering perfect performance in workforce and online to stimulate create soft skill and thinking outside of the box. Employer must keep track individual progress. Employee can do challenging work and can also stimulate their environment, can improve their intellect and good emotional ability, as well as providing moral value to be able to maintain the situation when interacting and working. 3. Sharing knowledge with both employee and manager, especially someone who is able to utilize information, the knowledge to achieve their desired goal. Manager can make digital training to improve with this employee with disability under them with special categories need to be maximums. All of these play important roles in maintaining an organization human capital. In addition, social capital is also important. Employers are very concerned that importance of social relationship among talent professionals, known as social capital, is great and exciting opportunity for organization. Employer organize events with other organizations to establish good relationship between organization and relationship between our employee with other employee in other organization. It can create strong line connection and influence in other organizations. So it is easy to make any agreements, contracts, even in the pandemic-19 today. I remember the issue in Jakarta where employee is trying to make sure employees can face pandemic COVID that hit the world. Senior expert of HR practice Joseph Botonoa said unprecedented the role of human capital has become so important present on the business stage. Once COVID is present, all the elements in the company are forced to be friendly with the technology and various application range from the talent acquisition to require employee. So, many human capital strategies are designed to accelerate digitalizations. However, he cautioned that it's not only relation to the technology, but related to change in behavior and mindset. One thing that also no less important relation is communication with employee in the era of pandemic conduct online if you can maintain human touch. He said that a change must be supported by change in mindset and supporting technology. This may still be a challenge for a number of companies. Consider that sometimes mindset is ready, but the technology is not ready because it is expensive. Another thing discussed in the webinar was how to leverage digital had benefit to build employee engagement. In this case, Joseph, who has been HR director at Unilever, Danamon and Indofood, said it was necessary to campaign for retire the company, return them to the family in good health. That's all.
Thank you, Ms. Muklisa, for the good explanation. So now we move to the next question, which is last question. And for the last panel, Ms. Aina, can you explain about the demand in the new competencies of the industry nowadays? And you could be maybe give some example issues that related to this question.
The effectiveness of Malaysia's economic transformation effort, in my opinion, is highly contingent on its workforce ability to lead the country toward high-income countries such as Dubai, Japan, China, and others. Furthermore, as the economy changes away from low-value manufacturing and resource-based activities and toward higher-value manufacturing and a service-based environment, new efficiencies or new level of efficiency will be required to create more value. Therefore, in meeting the demand of new competencies to achieve good value creation, employers need to change ways and techniques that are more effective for employees in order to be more efficient in making products or tasks better and more productive. First of all, it is by making this exact contribution to better value creation and having to reimagine how this day-to-day work of theirs can change the outcome of an effective and efficient value transition. Next, the employer needs to identify the changes that need to be modified in each activity carried out. Skills also play an important role in a firm so that it can produce products according to the latest trend. Therefore, employers need to further nurture employees by providing skill classes of the same standard as developed countries. The issue that is happening today is the movement of work. Before COVID-19, work movements for individuals are physical and require energy. Meanwhile, after COVID-19 hit the world, the work movement has changed drastically where they have to work virtually and not use as much energy as before the COVID-19 pandemic. With these drastic changes taking place, it has resulted in employers not being able to control employees well, and productivity has also deteriorated as a result of employee inefficiency. As the result, the solution to the above problem is for employees to adapt a responsible attitude in order to assist employers in growing a firm so that it may continue to expand and productivity can improve.
Thank you to all the panels. So now we are at the end of the forum. I will sum up this forum. The first question, we already know about the changing in new competencies of the workplace, and the second one, how the effect of the demographic in the workforce, and the third one, we know about the what is the related between human capital and competencies to gain the high performance. And the last question, we know about the what is the value of the new worker in the workplace. I hope that everyone here could enhance your skills and performance so that after you graduate, you will get a lot of offer from various of company. You can also be a job creator and not just a job seeker. And I hope all of you can give a lot of commitment and full commitment with all your tasks, either in university or in the workplace. Thank you for lending your ears. Before I end this forum, I will let you watch a video to create your positivity and spirit. Let's enjoy the video.
I think when I'm 40 years old, I start to know exactly what I want to do. I never think in my life that I would be a business people. And I never thought I would be a teacher. So I become a teacher, I never thought about it. I become an entrepreneur, I never thought about it. And all the others, I want to be a policeman, rejected. I want to be, even want to be a waiter in the KFC, were rejected. Most of the dreams, you may think about it, but does not work out. Don't try to be the best. Be the first. Be the first to change. Be the first to take the challenge. Be the first one to overcome the difficulties. Because the best person, there's only one Olympic champion. I don't think I'm lucky enough to be that. But I can always try the new things and don't give up if I believe it, because you are so unique. Everybody is unique. Be yourself is always the key. This world today is full of challenges and opportunities. 2,000 years ago, full of challenges and opportunities. And I'm sure 2,000 years later, full of challenges and opportunities. There's always, it depends on how you look at it. Somebody look at this challenge as opportunity. Young people always say there's no opportunity. I complain a lot when I was young because I think Bill Gates took all the opportunities for the Microsoft, and Steve Jobs, all these guys. There's no job, there's no great big stuff left for us. But I think opportunity always lies in the challenges, always lies in the complaints. If you can solve the challenge, you will be successful. The big challenge you solve, the big problem, the big opportunity you have. I think life is a journey. You come to this world is to enjoy the life, to be happy and healthy. So the day when you leave the world and you say, I'm happy in my life, I'm healthy in this life, because if you're not healthy, you will never be happy. So I believe happy and healthy are the things the human being always looking for. And I think next to 30 years, because of the technology, the life science is going to change a lot. And people is going to live longer. But you can live longer does not necessarily live healthier. So if you're not healthy, how can you be happy? If you live longer, if you're not happy, why you live there?